and today we're going to be discussing the Spirit Halloween 2025 ISE leaks. Now, I have not covered these yet this season, really, in a specific video, because the leaks didn't show that much, but I think we're now at the point where the leaks that have recently came out, most recently just about an hour or two ago, actually showcase a lot, including the front archway and some things behind it and the props in that part of the theme. Give my thoughts on what we could be expecting so far. Now, this first photo right here is probably the clearest of the bunch that we got today, as the rest are a bit blurry and just we can't really make out of too much of what's in it. But this one's pretty clear. So we can see the archway, which is actually, this archway looks really big. It looks like it's going to be very large. This theme is going to be very cool, I think. It's looking good already. And you can see the Madison Square Parkway entrance sign, 31st Street station thing that we saw in all the teasers so far up on the archway as well. So the prop on the left side of the archway appears to be what I believe to be the Crypt Countess. And that's because in her one of the other leaked images of her that was way more blurry than this one. It was like a poster with all the props on it, like for last year, where it's going to be in the ISE. It was going to be a very tall, decrepit, character, and I believe this has got to be the Crypt Countess. She's super tall, and I have no idea what this is. It's obviously some sort of lady, tall lady with slender fingers, a slender body actually, and long white hair or gray hair, it seems to be. I don't know, she might be something like a jump scare or something, I don't know. Some people are even say she might be a rising doll reskin, which honestly I don't think so due to her hand position. If she's off in this image, which she probably is, she probably would not be a rising doll reskin because it just doesn't look. I'm honestly leaning more towards the fact that it's a jump scare of some kind, although I don't know what that would be right now. It could be some sort of lunge. Her head could pop up, maybe. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see on that. Now, on the right side of the archway, we can see what is definitely Bullseye, which is a clown, which is kind of what I expected. Honestly, I'm okay with that. The one problem I have with this guy is that he looks really cartoony. And also, he's really short, which wouldn't be a problem, except for the fact that he's on the front archway, and I prefer for the front archway props to be bigger, and if, this guy looks like he's only going to be 3.5 feet tall or something like that, which is definitely, that's not, tiny or anything, but it's definitely small for an archway prop. But as he is, as just a prop, not, talking about his placement, he looks fine. He looks really cartoonish, as I said. He kind of, I don't know what he's going to do. He has darts sticking out, his head's sticking out of a bullseye. So I don't know what he's going to do. He's probably going to talk or something. I don't think it's going to be a jump scare. I don't know what a jump scare would be. But we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think he's going to be the best, but definitely not as bad as Two-Faced Teddy. Farther behind the archway, we can see the next part of the theme, which is kind of the front part. Not the archway, but the front, section, where you can see the front of the subway car. On the sides, you can see the new Valak animatronic, which has been fully released already, and I honestly have to say she's really cool. She doesn't, shoot out as far as Emmeline. She has a quite different mechanism, but, that's fine, and that allows her to be in the store, which is cool, so I can actually see what she does in person. And then we have the Jack the Reaper animatronic, which looks super tall and cool. I can't wait to see what he does, and we'll get to see him better in these next few photos. This next photo seems to definitely be taken inside the flagship store, and you can see kind of a side view of the archway, and then we can see that subway car again. We can see Valak right there, and to the side, what that guy appears to be kind of just hanging behind the post or whatever, the pillar, is what I believe to be Headcase Harry, because in another picture with Vala, you can see this guy's face, which seems to be a frown. He seems to be like a clown, a sad face. And then you can see what appears to be Lantern Keeper, which is some sort of pumpkin monster. And there is another image where you can see him. people have rumored that it'll have motion tracking technology like Nibbles and do sort of a similar thing with like his head movement. And I don't really know what he does. I don't think that's the case, but it could be. Who knows? I know that lantern's definitely going to light up, but I don't know what his actual animation is going to be. But I do have high hopes for this guy, as I do like pumpkin sort of animatronics. And this is what is the last image of the bunch of leaks that we have gotten today. By the time I make this video, or by tomorrow, we'll probably have some more, and I don't know if I'll make a video. It depends on how important or how big what's getting revealed is. But this image doesn't display much more. You get another view of that Jack the Reaper animatronic, which I'm not sure what his animation is going to be. He has like a really like slender bottom, so I don't think any animation is going to be like on the bottom half of his body. I think it's all going to be up, like the top part of his body. He'll probably have like head movement or something like that. But that's fine. I think it would actually be fine even if he was just a static, because it's a Jack the Reaper figure. We've wanted this for so long, and it's cool that we're finally getting it. And then farther down the right side of the train car, we can't really make out really what that is. There's like tall, like black cloaked figure, and then there's this other little guy in the middle, which I don't know what that is. But that might be Trick or Treat Pete. I'm not sure though. I don't think it is though. But that's all the leaks we have. So, as of right now, so, yeah.